Morning, everyone. It's 8:57 on Thursday, the 7th, and this is your pre-opening comment. It is video number 586. Really getting up there. Okay, before I start, I want to just say that yesterday was a devastatingly bad day for everyone. These people who have been consistently lied to by their president uh, and believed it and just continue to give me more and more and more, who drank the Kool-Aid, are a disgrace. It may not be their fault because it was fed to them by an authority figure, and as we all know, authority figures tend to cast more weight with their comments. But that said, the market could care less, which is also to me somewhat disturbing. What happened yesterday, should have put a crimp in some things, and it just hasn't. Europe and Asia are both up. I thought that when they saw the pictures overnight and saw how deeply disturbing all of that was, that they would sell them off, and yet they didn't. And therein lies the issue of liquidity versus sanity. There is so much liquidity floating around here that there's just nothing you can do. And I'll give you an analogy because I think that it's apt. A couple of years ago, Dan Ackman was short Herbalife, and he had a whole thesis about it and all of the reasons why the company should basically go to zero. And in fact, he said that if he did make money on it, that it would all go to charity. The bottom line was he didn't make money on it because there is a technical issue with a short sale. It doesn't matter whether the company is good, bad, or indifferent. When you buy into a stock that has a big short interest and you repeatedly bring in more buyers. Carl Icahn came in, George Soros came in, and what they did was they ran the stock up. The company could have been all BS. And frankly, a lot of people think it is. It's a multi-level marketing or pyramid. In any event, there are certain things that will beat any idea of rationality, will beat any of the actual economics, and we see those every day with companies that have no earnings and no path to profitability going up 20 and 30 and 100%. Okay, off my soapbox. The dollar was down again this morning. Oil was up on two things. First of all, there is a cutback from Saudi from the day before yesterday. There was a drawdown of 8 million barrels when they were expecting 2.6 million barrels. Excuse me. And all of the, quote, reopening trades bear directly on the oil and demand for it. Bitcoin traded just shy of 39,000. I think it was 38,900 and something. And as a result, GBTC, which we've been in on and off forever, is up yet again today. It's 47.10, up another $3.17. On the news front, we had the trade deficit, which came in slightly bigger than expected. It was 68.1 billion versus an estimate of 67.3. Those are not overwhelming numbers, and the changes are not overwhelming, so I'm just going to ignore that. What's difficult to ignore is that Bed Bath & Beyond missed on both top and bottom lines. The stock is $18.23. It's down $2.80 or 13%. Alibaba and Tencent are possibly being added to the list of companies that Americans will no longer be able to own if that goes through. Don't know whether it will or it won't, but the stocks are acting like it just doesn't matter. Yesterday, I brought up a company called The Nine Limited. It had been reverse split a couple of times, one for 3, one for 10. It had gone from 2.25 to almost 15, closed yesterday 14.89. And that was up 11.35 for the week, 320%, and that one just keeps going. It's currently trading 22.69, up yet another $7.80 or 44%. On a weekly basis, it's up just under $18 or 550%. And the entire story on the company is, well, we're going to go into the crypto business. Also, CBAT, CBAK, which is an energy company. In October, it was roughly $1. It took a 6-week run up to 11 and then fell back to 4.25. Currently trading $8.78, up $2.47. And there is no news on it. Hasn't been any news on it in 27 days. It's Thursday, so Thursday's continuing claims and initial claims. I have not seen the continuing claims. The only one that they published so far is the initial claims, and they were down 3,000. And we'll see tomorrow what the real unemployment numbers look like when they report. It's the first Friday of the new month. So initial claims still high, down a really minor amount. All right, everyone. As far as the pre-open, the S&P is up 22.5, the Dow is up 122, and the NASDAQ is up about 104. Have a good morning. I'll be back later. Oh, I'm sorry. The chart on the screen. This is the weekly chart on the bonds, and it has broken out of this little wedge to the downside. It is currently trading at 169.08. This bottom over here was 169.5, so about a quarter point lower, eighth of a point lower. And this bottom, which coincides, of course, with the most recent important breakout to the upside, that comes through at 167.05. So that's really kind of the last spot that I would expect it. I really wanted to be short this, but I was concerned about the market and possibly a flight to safety trade where the market goes down and people pile into the bonds. That didn't happen. I'll have to wait again and see how this sizes up. But, it is what it is. We sold all of the Newmont yesterday, all the Newmont calls. I still have some stock in the actual $100,000 account. We sold versus about 1940. 1945. We're now 1912 after trading yesterday down to 1908. Today a slightly higher low, and I turned around and bought some silver. This is I would not like to see us close down here on the range at the end of the week. Somewhere in this neighborhood, 19.25 or higher, would be what I would need to be satisfied with it. And we bought the silver, which performed a little yesterday. I think we paid 52 cents for the calls. They closed 69, and it is up about 8 cents, which is really not much, 8.8 cents here. But as you can see, it's actually running a little bit ahead of the gold, as I mentioned last week. So, I'd love to see it back over 28, but I'm also satisfied as long as it doesn't break yesterday's low at 2,600 even. All right, everyone, have a good, profitable day.